Hi everyone, welcome to your Mat Pilates class of the day. Today we're going to be working to strengthen those muscles that support good posture, also working to improve mobility through the spine and opening through the front of the body. Let's get started. Find a comfortable sitting position and we're taking our hands to our lower rib cage. Here I want you to take a nice deep inhale through the nose and then exhale out through the mouth. And again, taking that nice deep inhale, feeling that breath fill the sides of the rib cage. And then exhaling out through the mouth. Feeling those ribs come back together one last time. Take that deep inhale. And exhale out. Lovely. Just relaxing our arms by our side. We're going to take a few shoulder rolls. So really squeezing the shoulder blades as we take those arms towards the back of the room. So starting to release some of that tension from the upper back and the shoulders. Good. And just taking it forward. So taking a nice shrug of those shoulders. Taking them all the way up to the ears. Lovely. Coming to find a full point kneel now. So we want to make sure we've got those shoulders stacked over those wrists and our hips are stacked over our knees. We're going to take a few cat and cows to warm up our spine. So take a nice inhale, drop that belly button towards the mat, finding an arch through that spine. And gaze comes to look forwards, pressing evenly into those hands. And then exhale, really round through the spine. Drawing the navel in, gaze comes to look towards that navel if we can, really pushing through those shoulders. Good. Taking a nice inhale, drop that belly low again, gaze comes to look forwards, keeping that neck long. And exhale. We're rounding back into that cat. One last time, dropping that belly button low, take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale. Lovely. Bringing that spine back to neutral. Gaze just comes to the top of the mat. We're going to take our thread the needle. So taking one arm all the way up to the ceiling, opening that heart space, and then threading that arm underneath, bringing the ear down towards the mat. Take another big inhale. Exhale, thread it through. One more time on this side, opening all the way up, and we'll feel that stretch through the shoulders, upper back and spine. And just bring that hand back down to the mat. We'll take it into the opposite side now. So fingertips come up towards the ceiling. And then threading that arm through. We're bringing that shoulder down towards the mat. Take another big inhale. Exhale, thread it through. Last time. Lovely. We're just going to make sure that we are lying down on our backs now for our next lot of exercises. So we finish with our warm-up. Gently lower yourself down to the mat. Here we're going to take a few pelvic tilts. So place your hands on your hips for a little bit of feedback. We're going to rock that pelvis forward, feeling an arch through that spine. It's coming up off the mat. And then push that pelvis backwards, imprinting into the mat. And we rock that pelvis back, good. Inhale, push that pelvis forwards. Exhale, imprint that spine into the mat, press that lower back down. Good, one more time. Lovely, then just find somewhere in the middle of both of those. So this is our neutral spine. to try and find a little squeeze through the core as well. Lovely. Hands come by our sides. We're going to go for our knee lifts now. So take a nice preparation inhale. Exhale, lift one leg up to a tabletop position. Lower back down on the inhale. Exhale, lift the opposite leg. Inhale, lower back down. So it's a hinge from the hip here. We're trying to keep that core switched on through this. Try not to arch through that spine, so press that tailbone into the mat. Hinging from those hips to bring that shin up to parallel with the floor. Making sure the other leg stays nice and stable and we're not knocking that knee in or it's falling out to the sides. Good. Last one. Lovely. This time take a nice inhale. Exhale, lift both of those legs up to a tabletop position. Hold it there. We're going to go for our toe taps now. So same thing, inhale. Exhale, drop one toe down to the mat while the other one stays in tabletop. And bring it all the way up. Exhale, toe tap the other one down. So it's hinging from that hip again. Bring it all the way back up. So you'll feel that core working as you toe tap down. And then working again to bring that leg back up. That back is going to want to arch off the mat. Try and draw that navel into the spine. Good. Lovely. We can add in some arms. So placing those fingertips up towards the ceiling. We'll just do a couple more here to get our balance because we've removed that base of support. Lovely. Now we're going to switch on our coordination. As we drop one toe down, opposite arm is going to drop back over the head and return back up towards the ceiling. Opposite arm now to leg. And bring them back up. Good. So feel that core working, feel those hip flexors working. We're really squeezing that core to keep us nice and stable. We're using the brain for coordination. Good. Keep going. Good job. Last one on each side. Keep that breath going. Last one. Good, and just hug those knees in. Nice, little rock side to side. Good job. Okay, we're going to come into a prone position now, which just means we're going onto our front. So just turn over. And we're facing down towards the mat with that gaze. Hands are just coming underneath those shoulders here. We're going to do our swan dive prep. So really activate those legs. Push the pelvis in towards the mat. Take an inhale. Squeeze through that core. And then exhale. We're lifting from the upper back. As we exhale, inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, come down. Keep it going. Really thinking about squeezing through that core here to protect that lower spine. We shouldn't feel any unnecessary tension or pressure from using that lower spine because the movement is coming from the shoulders and from the upper back, that upper part of that spine. Gaze remains down to the mat at all times. Keep that neck nice and long. Good. Exhale. Lovely. So we're working down the posterior chain here, all the way down the back of the body. Lovely. Come lower back down. I'm going to add on, and we're just going to change our arm position, sorry. Bringing those arms now by our sides, hovering up off the mat. So we've removed that support that we were gaining from those hands being under our shoulders. So exact same thing. We're now solely relying on that upper part of our back, okay? Take that nice inhale. Activate through those legs. Exhale. We're coming up. Inhale, come down. Exhale. Inhale, come down. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. Hold those shoulders away from the mat as we lift. Squeezing through that core. That pelvis should be heavy into the mat. Good. And again. Lovely. Bringing our arms now forward. Take them into a little Y shape. So we're going to do the same thing. Arms are extended. It's going to be that little bit harder. We're doing it again. Inhale. Exhale. Lift those arms. Same as that chest. Pulling from that upper back. Exhale again. Inhale, come down. Brace through that core. We've got 2 more. Last one. Lovely. Bringing those arms out to a T position now. Harder again. We're going to lift the arms same time as the chest. Squeezing through that upper back. No strain through the lower. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Feel that inhale filling towards the outsides of that rib cage. Keeping those legs switched on. Squeeze through the glutes and the quads. We've got 2 more. Keep those arms lifted at all times. Last one. Good. Our final arm position, we're bending those elbows. So we're in a W. Same thing. Let's go. And again. Keep going. Not long left. Last one. Good. And just lower back down. Relax everything in the body. Take a moment here. Lovely. Okay. Coming back up, we're coming into that tabletop position again. Coming into our bird dog. So keeping those shoulders over those wrists. Take a nice preparation. Inhale. Arms remain pressed into that mat. Exhale. Take one leg nice and long. Squeezing that glute to lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale, we're lifting that opposite leg. Nice and long in line with that hip. Good. Inhale, come down. Exhale. Inhale. So keep pressing evenly through those palms. Keep it going. Squeezing from the glute, the quad, a little bit through the hamstring there working. We're making sure we're not sinking that head between those shoulders. So keep the shoulders nice and lifted. Push even further away into that mat. Making sure that gaze is still coming just above those fingertips in the middle. Imagine we've got a glass of water balancing on that pelvis. So just at the bottom of that spine, we want to make sure that pelvis is staying nice and level so we're not spilling a single drop of it. Good. We're going to add in the arms. So using that coordination again and using that balance to really zip up through that core here. Taking one arm nice and long, same as leg. Opposite arm and leg. And bring them both down to the mat at the same time. Let's swap sides. Good. Inhale, come back down. Keep it going. Making sure we're not arching through that spine as we lift both arm and leg nice and long. So really fighting, drawing that navel into spine. Good. Keep it going. Lovely. Okay, we're going to layer on. You can stay as you are, or as we come up into that bird dog this time, hold that leg nice and long. We're just going to bend from the elbow, bringing that arm in, push it back out, and then lower back down. So extra challenge being there for that little bit longer as we do this. Really squeeze through the back here, a little bit through that lat. Take that arm nice and long. Lower back down, trying to keep that leg perfectly still and lifted as we move that arm. So lots of focus going on here. Keep it going. Exhale, lift. Take an inhale as you bend that elbow. Exhale, take it long again. Inhale, both foot and knee and hand come down to the mat. Good. This is our last one. Lovely. Come back into that child's pose. Take those knees wide. Really reach forward, feeling that stretch through the upper back here. Good. Just taking a few breaths. Good. We're coming now back to lie down on our backs, and we're going to do our shoulder bridge. So swing those legs round. Gently come down to lie on our backs. Lovely. So try and find that neutral spine again. Slight tuck of that pelvis. Arms come to just rest into the mat by our sides. Take a nice preparation inhale. Exhale, we rock back through that pelvis, starting to peel that spine up off the mat, sending those hips towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes at the top, hold it there. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, we start to roll back down through that spine. Imagine every single vertebrae coming into connection, coming into contact with that mat again. Take a nice inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Good. Roll back up, sending that pelvis high. Creating a lovely diagonal line from those knees through that pelvis to those shoulders. Good. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Lovely. We can remove that base of support, taking arms overhead. Keep going. Exhale, roll up. Lovely. And again. Feeling that glute working, feeling those quads and the hamstrings working, pressing evenly into those shoulders. Good. And again, roll all the way up. This time, hold at the top. We're going to go for our single leg marches. So lift one leg to tabletop, really squeezing, keep that pelvis high. Lower back down. Opposite leg. Lower back down. Remember, we can always bring our hands back down to the mat if we need that bit of extra stability support. Keep it going. Squeeze that glute, stabilize using that core. Lift one leg, lower back down. Lift the other, lower back down. Good. And return back to that mat. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take it nice and slow. Slow it down. Good. And again. We've got one more. Good. Just bring those knees in again. Give them a nice hug. Maybe rock side to side. Lovely. Come in to sit up now. We're going to work into our spine twist. So make sure we're sitting on those sit bones. Feet can be flat on the mat, knees bent for now. Let's take our hands behind our head. Fingertips resting lightly. Take a nice preparation in. Inhale. Exhale, we twist towards the side, keeping that pelvis facing forward. So it's a twist through that upper spine here. Inhale, return. Exhale, opposite way. Inhale, return. Keep it going. Good. If you've got that, we can extend arms nice and long. Making sure we're not dropping this back arm, so keep it up nice and level with that shoulder as we twist. Good. Exhale. Lovely. You can add in a pulse here. So as you twist, do a little 1, 2, 3, and return. And again, exhale. Keep that pelvis facing forwards. Imagine we've got a pair of headlights on that pelvis. It needs to be facing forwards at all times. Good. We've got one more. Last one. Lovely. And just relax those arms down. Whew, roll that out there. Little forward fold if we need to. Just have a little rock. Good. Just coming to face the front now. We're going to come into our mermaid. So tuck one ankle in. Trying to keep both of those hips on the mat. Holding onto that back ankle. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. We're going to reach all the way over. Keeping that gap between the ear and the arm. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come up. And again. Last time. And come up. Good. We're going to switch the legs now and just repeat it on the opposite side. So same thing, holding onto that back ankle. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, let's reach over. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach over. Last time. Lovely. And come all the way up. We're going to come into our side lion. So take those legs into a bent kneeling position. We're going to come lying down on our arm. So we can just bend that arm so it creates a little pillow for our head. Lovely. Making sure those heels are in line with our bum. And we want to push that top hip away so we feel a little lift through this waist. Hand can come in front to stabilize or onto hip. Take a nice preparation. Inhale. Exhale. Lift that knee up towards the ceiling, opening that book. Heels stay together. Inhale, come down. Exhale. Inhale, come down. Keep it going. Feeling that outside glute working. Also working through the hip flexor and hip stabilizers. Keep zipping up through that core. Good. Making sure as we open this knee, we're not opening it so far that we're falling back. Keeping those hips nice and still and stacked. Good. Keep breathing. Quickly becomes quite painful up there. You've got it though. Let's keep it up. Okay, on this one, keep that knee open. We're just going to go for little pulses to finish. Bring that hand down in case we need it to stabilize. Keeping those hips stacked. So we're going to go for 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just close that leg. We're going to extend the leg nice and long now. We're going for those lift and lowers. So inhale. And then exhale, lift that leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good. Keep it going. Keeping those hips stacked. And keeping that little gap underneath the waist if we can. So really squeezing through that core. Keeping that trunk nice and stable. Good, let's keep going. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it there. We're going to go for pulses again. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Let's lower that leg. Good. Give it a good pat. Wow. Staying as we are in side line, just bend those knees again. We're going to bring that arm nice and long. If you need a pillow to support you here, just grab one or just shuffle that shoulder just in front of us a bit more. Taking the other hand, placing it on top, we're going to go for our opener. So taking a nice inhale. Exhale. Open that arm nice and wide, so opening the chest towards the ceiling. And then inhale, close that arm. Good. And again. Inhale, close. So aim is to still have those hips nice and stacked facing forwards. And we're not trying to get those fingertips all the way down to the ground. So we're feeling that lovely twist through the spine here. And we're feeling that opening of the chest. So still squeezing through that core, through this stretch. Lovely. And we can just gently press ourselves up. Whoa. That's still hurting after that. That was good. Let's swap round and do it on the opposite side. We're almost done for today, guys. You can do this last little bit. Come in to lie down. Find that little pillow with that arm. Hips are stacked on top. Squeeze in through that core. Hips are in line with the bum. Push that top hip away. Take a nice preparation. Inhale. Exhale. Lift that knee towards the ceiling, opening that book. And close. And again. Exhale. Inhale, close. Exhale. Good. So feeling it through the side of the bum. That glute medius is working. Good. Let's keep going. Wow, really feeling it. Good, let's keep going. 2 more. Hold it there. Let's go for those pulses to finish. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And close that leg down, straight out into those lift and lowers. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. Squeezing through the whole leg here, so we can squeeze through that glute, through that quad. Feeling that hamstring tense as well. Squeezing through that core here. So imagine you're putting on your tightest pair of jeans. You need to draw that belly button in to zip them up. Just moving the leg. Good, we've got 2 more. Last one, hold it there. Little pulses to finish. Let's go for 8, 7, 6. Keep squeezing through that core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg back down. Draw it in. Pat that glute. We're going to bring that arm out in front of us. And that other hand comes on top. Let's go for these chest openers to finish. Taking that arm all the way over. And draw it back in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Couple more. Keeping those hips facing forwards. Good. Feeling a stretch through here, just above that armpit. We've got our last one. Good. And bring it in. Nice. Just staying here a moment. Bring those knees in a bit more. Take a few breaths. Good. Just push yourselves up to a comfortable sitting position. Can be legs crossed. You can close our eyes here. Taking a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And again. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Good job today, guys. Well done. I'll see you in the next video.